to week one's part 2 video, and I hope you're all really well. I thought you could join me in my lovely hearth, my kitchen, and my witchy witchin. Yeah, there's some. I will just do a little bit of a twirl around with the camera. There's my dragon door. For anyone who hasn't seen my dragon door before, that's my dragon door. And that is my awesome bookshelf in this place. I'll show you more thoroughly another time, but it's yeah, it's all wood, like trees and branches coming out of the bookshelf. So yeah, and here's my cat cup of tea, which is always needed. So hello, good afternoon. I'll show you my little, oh no, you can please see, just made a little crystal-y candle antlery area as well. Anyway, we are on week 1, and normally there are only one video a week. Normally there is only one video a week, but for this first welcoming week, as mentioned before, there's going to be 2 videos, simply because we did a lot of welcoming and housekeeping in the first part of the first week, so the Mother Goddess gets a little bit more time for us to explore her as we are in the second part of the week. But I hope you're getting on really well. I've absolutely loved seeing your updates and your pictures and everything that's on the Facebook group page. Your altar's all looking gorgeous. It makes me really want to get settled in properly and make my altar up, just seeing how lovely all your altars are. And there's lots of things coming about the Mother Goddess, and I've seen you guys researching and connecting with the Mother Goddess and looking at different cultures and ways of connecting with the Mother, and maybe coming up with some challenges along the way with that as well, which is all absolutely fine. And in the second part of the week, we're going to be looking more at the Mother Goddess in the land around us. So as this week's meditation will show as well, we are looking at how we connect with the sacred feminine, the divine essence, through the land, through the world around us. Now, you may live or be visiting or nearby a really sacred place, or a really well-known place like Glastonbury, where it's pretty obvious that people have recognised the sacred in the land. However, you might be thinking, I live in a place where it's not well known that there's the sacred in the land, and you know, I feel a bit fed up about that. However, you will have a space that you go to, most likely, or walk that you go on, or a place that you feel really connected to, which is as important as any other sacred place in this world, because it calls to you. Mother Nature is sacred because she is, because she's around, because she's there, and no one can tell anyone else that this is more sacred than that, because potentially as well everything is connected through roots, through systems of air and water, and how everything connects underground and overground. Everything is connected. So wherever you are, whether it's somewhere that's near somewhere you know to be a sacred space, or where you're just wandering to your favourite spot, I would love you for the second part of this week to connect with the essence of the goddess in the land around you. Maybe it's in a tree that looks like the shape of a goddess. Maybe it's how the hills undulate and look like curves. Maybe it's the starkness of the surroundings, showing you that the Mother brings life to even the most harshest environments, because the Mother Goddess energy shifts depending on how the land is formed. So there's going to be very different Mother Goddess energy in the Arctic and in the tundra to a really gentle meadow in the summer. There's going to be the energy of the oceans, and as we know, we all come from the oceans, we all come from the waters, and the water is the Great Mother as well. So maybe we've connected with a water goddess this week. And places like the forests and rainforests, where it feels like life explodes from every branch, and everywhere you look it's brightness and full of light, to deserts and mountains. Everywhere you go, you're going to see different aspects of the Mother Goddess and how life survives and thrives no matter where you are and what happens. So this is a time to connect with the Mother Goddess in the land around you. Now at the end of this video I'm putting a little walk I went on around Glastonbury where I connect with the Mother Goddess, but I'd like you to do the same. You don't have to do a video, you're welcome to do a video, of course you are, and or take photos of the area. I think we all really like to find out about the areas that we all live in because they can be so different. Like this group has people from all over the world, so it's lovely to see the land and what's sacred to you where you are. But you don't have to share it at all. Like, I'm nosy and I love seeing your spaces and seeing your altars and the land you live in. And I love finding out about different myths in the land, different folklore in the land. If you're struggling to find a space that you feel connects with the goddess, it can be really worth looking at the folklore of the area and maybe the names, place names of the area, because if we look back far enough, then there's pagan origins to a lot of places. So the wells, maybe sacred springs, or this could be folklore around churches, because pre-church Christian times there would have been pagan origins, and we know that because churches were built around where the yew trees are, and the yew trees were the old pagan places to bury, because the yew represents eternal life and regeneration. So you can always, if you're not sure of a place that's sacred to you, you can always do a bit of local research. It's always great to do that anyway, to find out more about the land that you live in. But we don't even have to do any of that kind of logical stuff. We can just go out for a walk and feel the essence of the land, feel her breath in the breeze around you, feel her body in the earth below you, her blood in the rivers and the streams and the tributaries, and just feel that she is with you as you feel the sun on your face and you feel the passion to explore in the fire of her spirit. So take some time over this second half of week 1 to go for a little walk, if possible. Go and sit down and meditate or lie down in an area that you really love, and ask the Mother Goddess to come to you. Ask her to bring some signs maybe. Feel supported in your life by the presence of the Mother Goddess. And do, if you feel you can and you would like to, share your findings and your feelings about this. The Mother Goddess can be a funny one because she is both totally, I guess, bigger than everything, and in that way can feel a little bit impersonal, because she strives to find balance in her planet by, if you know, an earthquake needs to happen or a flood happens, she really regulates her own ecosystem through weather, through shifts and changes, and sometimes that can feel brutal and it can feel impersonal and like, well, the Mother Goddess is not caring about me because my home got destroyed in an earthquake, or I know that people died in this tsunami, or this kind of thing. And yet the Mother is the sacred goddess and the sacred nurturer in all of us, so she is both impersonal and bigger, but also exceptionally personal, representing the female divine in us all, our own mothers, our own ancestors. We would not be here without her. So if you are feeling a little bit, it's a bit too big, or feeling that impersonal aspect of when you think of the land around you as the Mother Goddess, you can always connect with the essence of the land and the essence of the Mother Goddess, and know that she speaks to you, that she sings to you, and that there is facets of the Mother Goddess that loves you unconditionally. And so you know that there is that personal connection too. So I hope that becomes clear in your findings, in your meditation and in your walks. I would love to hear more of your explorations. As I said, I'm attaching a bit of mine on the end of this video, but really connect with the essence of being supported, being nurtured, and being given life by the Mother Goddess. Yes, she is epic and huge, but she's also alive in the spark of our hearts and in our bodies, for without her we would not be. So know that you are loved by the Mother Goddess, know that you are infinitely cared for, and that can be hard to know sometimes, isn't it? It's quite a hard thing to admit, to know that we're unconditionally loved, infinitely cared for, and hopefully she will show herself to you in the world around you, and or in your meditations. So there's also an oracle spread, a Mother Goddess oracle spread in your handouts, the second part of week 2. So I hope you enjoy doing that. You can use goddess cards, tarot cards, or any other oracle cards. I'll get my oracle cards out. You can see on my big shelf there's a ridiculous amount of oracle cards, and I've got more still that I haven't unpacked. So I'll be getting out the oracle cards to do this spread. Sorry, this tea is so good. It's like lovely peppermint tea. It's absolutely beautiful. And nurture your body. That's the last thing I'll say for this week about the Mother Goddess. Eat well, stretch, look after yourself. Treat your body as if, as it is an aspect, a part of the goddess, a part of the divine. And if you were going to, if the goddess came round for tea, you'd feed her the best food, wouldn't you? You'd be like, right, this is going to be a lovely meal, I'm going to look after her, I'm going to make sure the house looks nice, I'm going to make sure she's comfortable. Well, imagine that this is happening, but it's you, you know? See the goddess in yourself and treat yourself in a way that you would treat the Divine Mother, the goddess, if she was coming to stay at your house. So you don't have to go crazy on the cleaning unless you really want to. But feed yourself well, treat yourself well. Maybe at the weekend, give yourself a little treat, something that's special for you, that's going to represent self-nurturing and self-love. And thank you so much for this week and for your energy and your time and your passion for the goddess. And I'll leave you with this little video, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.
Hi everybody, I'm making this video about the goddess in the land and seeing the Mother Goddess in her forms, in her shapes, in nature. Now, where I live in Glastonbury is a place well known for the goddess being in the land with the the gentle shape of the Tor, the gentle hill of the Tor. But as I'm going to be panting as I'm climbing it, not always so gentle, but as a gentle shape of the Tor. And in the green hills all around. It's been fairly well documented, the shapes of the goddess in the land here and the undulating curves of her body. And even though the Tor has St Michael's Tower on top, it can't shake the fact that it's a place of the goddess and a gateway to the other world. So I'm just going to climb a bit more of the Tor and show you her body. So I've come here to the Eggstone. See the Eggstone? This is the Eggstone on the Tor, because it was quite noisy on top of the Tor and also quite windy as well. And it's one of my favourite places on the side of the Tor, which is a bit more private and also very, very, very fairy. So the Eggstone is meant to be the fairy gateway inside the Tor, and people often hang ribbons on the trees here, on the hawthorn trees. There was another hawthorn tree just next to me, but that's been cut down, so I think that might have died unfortunately, or not survived the storms. So that's a shame. There's a lovely hawthorn tree that's gone. Yeah, I think it's been cut down. So yeah, this is on the Tor, and I was on top of the Tor. Sorry about my wobbly, shaky camera. I was on top of the Tor and I was just feeling the energies and meditating, and thinking about the ley lines around the Tor as well. So the Michael line goes through the Tor, and before it was St Michael line it would have been called the Belinus line. And so the Belinus line, the Beltane, the sun god, you would have had this energy of the divine masculine, the solar, going through the Tor, which is the divine feminine, so the beautiful marriage of the goddess and the god. For me the Tor is very feminine. It is the undulating curves of the goddess, but it also does have a very strong masculine wild deity energy to it as well, which is perfect because I love the union of both in balance and in harmony. But as I was meditating on top of the Tor, I opened my eyes and there was three crows sitting next to me, pretty much, and there was a little wolfy dog, a little husky dog, and then there were some cows in the field down below. I just love it how when you meditate in these places, when you connect in these sacred spaces, how a goddess in particular may come to you, or signs of a particular aspect of the goddess coming to you. So for me this is the Morrigan, who is, you may well know, sort of my main deities, my matron goddess, and she was here very strongly in the form of three crows that were flying around when I walked off as well, and the husky dog that was wandering around trying to chase the crows, and the cows in the field below. And so those three animals represent different aspects of the goddess as well. So you have the cow as more the nurturing earth mother, you have the cow as the life-giving, caretaking, beautiful, nurturing goddess, and you have the raven, the crow, as the life and the death and the rebirth and the mysteries, and then you have the wolfy husky as more the shape-shifting huntress. So you have different aspects of the goddess within the animals that you see. So maybe when you go to your sacred spaces, or when you go to the land around where you live and find a place that you really connect with the goddess, maybe animals around that will, or it could be animals, it could be other things, it could be plants or other aspects that you might see which make you think, I wonder if that's to do with a particular goddess. And if you're not sure, you could go home and research it afterwards. Yeah, so it's been really, really lovely, and I was going to say something else, but my mind has totally been blanked. But anyway, it might come back to me later and I'll pop it on the end of the next video. But this is just a little walk, so I would love you guys to find your own sacred spot. Oh, I know what I was going to say, it's come back to me already. How many bees that I saw. I know it's a time of year for bees, but also bees have a huge link to the ancient mother goddesses, because bees pollinate the flowers, bringing fruits, bringing life, and the honey is the food of the gods, really. So, and also some parts of the world, honey has been used in rituals and ceremonies as well for seership. But yeah, the path of the bee is very, very important to the mother goddess as well, and their bee priestesses. So I've seen lots of bees on my path here today as well. So the path of the bee and the path of the mother goddess through her fruits and flowers is been apparent today as well. So yeah, I'm up here in the lovely land. It does look like it's going to rain in a minute. So I hope you enjoy your adventures. I hope you enjoy finding your own sacred spaces, finding the goddess in nature, whether it be in the fields, in the hills, in the caves, or in the waterfalls, or in the sacred springs. And I look forward to hearing about your adventures. Take care. See you soon. Bye.